y'all. It's your travel bestie Kat. Glad you're here for another edition of Travel Bestie Kat podcast. And today we're joined with Tracy from Virgin Voyages to talk about all things Virgin and what makes them fabulous and different.
Yay! And this isn't your typical cruise job with Virgin Voyages. What makes them extra special besides Sir Richard Branson, or AKA Sir Captain Daddy?
Yeah. To be honest, I never really wanted to work for a ocean cruise line because I sort of always had, an idea of like, "Oh, man, all they do is nickel and dime you to death." As soon as you get on the ship, you might get on for a cheap price, but you're gonna get off for a lot higher price, and I had that experience personally when I took my kids when they were young on other cruise lines, and we had a good time, but you always knew at the end of that, you're gonna have to pay for it, right? When you get off this ship, you're like, "Oh gosh, how much of a credit card bill are we gonna have?" And so I didn't really wanna work. I worked for river cruising, and I worked for land vacation companies and love that. But when I saw that Virgin was doing the all-inclusive thing where,
Uh-huh.
like, this is 2026 now, 25, 24, whatever. This is the 2020s. Why not go ahead and then just pay for everything up front? Your Wi-Fi, your soft drink packages, all that stuff. It's included, your entertainment, your exercise classes, all those things that other people are gonna kinda nibble at you at. It's already
Yes,
included, and I love that about Virgin.
because I want a Diet Coke, so I was so glad to see they're the freestyle Diet Coke. Yeah, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's the way it should be. There should be, like, free Coke machines everywhere we go, in, like, public life. Why not, right?
Yes, why not? I mean, we'd all buy a pass for that. Get us a wristband for sodas everywhere we go. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay,
free
if you had to,
Wi-Fi, that's the other thing, everybody still charges you for Wi-Fi on cruise ships. Well, you can go stay at the Hampton Inn down here, and they give you free Wi-Fi at the Hampton Inn when
Mhm.
so why not on a cruise ship? It's a human right now. We should all expect to have free Wi-Fi wherever we go.
I mean, we all need to stay in touch, whether it's your family, emergency like that, or just work. Like, we need to be able to get on the internet. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and FOMO. FOMO is a real thing, and when you're sailing, we want you to show other people how much of a good time you're having so that they'll get that FOMO and wanna go
Yes.
too, right? Yeah,
And if you don't know, FOMO is fear of missing out, just in case someone didn't know. We'll catch
right,
them up.
yeah.
Okay, if you had to describe Virgin in 3 words, what would they be? What would those 3 words be?
Oh, wow. Alright, the first word I'm gonna use is inclusive. I
Oh, yeah.
not just in all-inclusive when you're on the ship of all the stuff, but inclusive as everyone is welcome with Virgin. And one of our travel agents coined this phrase not long ago, and I believe it's absolutely correct. When you step on board our ship, you leave the world as it is, with all its division and trouble and people fighting, and you enter a world as it should be, where people embrace each other and they don't care about all those other things. And we're just here to love and support one another and accept people as they are. So inclusion would be the first word. God, the second word would be exciting. There's
Oh,
always something exciting going on, like from a show or a pop-up performance or the happenings crew or even the karaoke in the social club. There's something always sort of exciting going on, right? So inclusive, exciting. And the third word I think I would use is delicious because everything you find to eat on that ship is delicious, from the ice cream to the pizza to the poke bowls to the 6 amazing restaurants on board. It's just a constant level of deliciousness as you sail, right?
yes. Okay, do you have a favorite restaurant since you brought up the deliciousness?
It depends on my mood because I
Okay.
change moods. I'm one of those people like, tonight I'm in the mood for Mexican. And so if that's the case, it's obviously going to be pink agave. And I would put pink agave near the top of my list anytime. The esquites and the guacamole and that ribeye steak and all that, they're really good. If I'm in the mood for just a good old filet, it's got to be the wake, right?
Okay.
But have you been on Brilliant Lady yet, our newest ship?
Yes, yes, I went with one of my best friends in October, yeah.
I gotta say Rojo. Rojo is incredible, and it's only one restaurant, because it's the only on Brilliant Lady, so those are my top 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, my absolute favorite always is pink agave. So,
yeah.
yeah. But we had, this last cruise, because it was a longer one when we were on Brilliant Lady, we got to have all 3 different versions of the meals of the test kitchen, and we had such a good time. My friend Spencer and I, we split it. So we got 1 regular and 1 vegan, and then we tried everything. Other than the one time where it was very heavy in peas, I don't do peas. I
Yeah.
just so she had to eat a lot of peas that night because I was like, "Girl, we trading. That's not."
Did you have the chicken menu? I didn't get to try all 3 menus on, but there is a menu with chicken on it now that my daughter and son-in-law had, and they sent me pictures, and the one big knock, if you will, on Test Kitchen is sometimes the portions are smaller,
Yeah,
but he
fair.
said the whole chicken menu, the portions were a good size, and he had plenty to eat, so good.
I mean, we don't eat a lot, I guess, me and Spencer, so we didn't think it was smaller maybe per se, but I could see my husband would probably wanna go get a burger in the galley or something after, but he'll still go with me, so
Yeah, it's an experience. It's one of those things that you gotta do it, even if it's just like it's a tasting menu, so it's not like you're gonna get, stuff falling off a plate, right? So,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's not like you can't go somewhere else and get more food, like, we've never been restricted.
Right. And if you really like something at Test Kitchen, you tell your server, "I like that so much, can you bring me another?" And they'll bring you another if it's something you like. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very
okay.
neat. Mhm.
That's a good idea. Yeah, well, we fell in love with one of the servers on that cruise, so every time we'd walk in, we'd say hi to the maitre d', and he'd take us straight to her. Somebody tried to grab us one time, she was like, "No, no, those are my sailors, walk away." I was like, "Yeah, we she owns us now."
Well, I can see why someone wanna do that because you just bring the life when you come into a room, and especially on Virgin, it's like, I could see why our service would wanna claim you and say,
Oh my
"That."
gosh, but we loved her too. We both gave her a rave review in there. She was so sweet. She did such a good job. Okay, if someone was a first-time sailor, what do they come off saying after they get on board? What do you think is the number one thing that folks say about Virgin?
"When can I sail again?" That's the first question, like, you know, "I wanna stay on," but they a lot of times they'll come off kicking and screaming, they don't wanna leave, but that is one of the first thing at least half of the sailors already rebook while they're on the ship anyway, they go ahead and grab a placeholder or something like that, so that's usually the number one thing, and the other thing is, like, it's not quite what I expected, but I want all my friends to experience it because until you experience it, you don't quite know how to describe it. It's, so unique.
When someone asks me, I always say it's an adults only choose your own adventure.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
and
great way.
if you're not having a good time, that's what you chose because there's no way no one was mean to you. Like everything's been wonderful.
Yeah. And people ask me, is I'm an introvert. I don't really like crowds of people that don't like me. That's perfectly fine. You can be an introvert and enjoy the experience and kind of just stay to yourself. You can watch the parties if you want to, or not even go to them. It's completely up to you. And I love that
Yeah.
about the flexibility we offer.
I feel like I'm an introverted extrovert. Like I like my people time, but then I also need to run away and find a corner with a book and recharge my batteries.
Yeah.
And there's lots of places on board to do that, to find a spot, curl up, get a blanket, find your book.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the way we offer that full, spectrum of, full on social or full on antisocial. It doesn't matter. You can choose your adventure, like you say. Yeah.
Choose your adventure. Okay, Scarlet Night. Everybody hears about it and it's legendary. What can you tell us about it without giving away too much, like for people who haven't gone, but to make a teaser for them want to go find out?
It's the one thing that we do that I feel like ties us to traditional cruising in the sense that, if you look back at the old days of cruising, there was always that formal night that everyone kind of
Mhm.
looked forward to, that everybody dresses up kind of thing. And if you know anything about Mr. Branson, he doesn't do formal at all. He's a very relaxed and comfortable person. But he wanted to say, it's sort of a tradition in the cruise industry to have that one night where the whole ship sort of comes together. Well, that's what we do on Scarlet Night. And actually it's Scarlet Afternoon, Scarlet Evening, and Scarlet Night kind of thing. The ship starts transforming throughout the day. You see little things start popping up here and there. You're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fun night." But it's the signature of what we're all about. It's the time that everyone could come together, wear a little splash of red, enjoy some pop-up performances, and hear the story of, how Scarlet Night actually occurred, which is a totally made up story, but we don't care.
Yeah.
And then everyone kinda loses their inhibitions that night. You can just kind of talk to strangers you've never met before and just enjoy the inclusive, fun evening time, and we're actually even doing it now, Kat, at one of our hotels, at one of the Virgin hotels in Las
Oh,
Vegas. They're doing a Scarlet Night.
shut
Yeah.
up. Oh, how fun.
So, it's branching out. It's leaving the ships and going out into Virgin world everywhere.
All right. Well, so now I have to go to Vegas and try that out.
There you
What's
go.
an onboard experience that guests don't expect but end up loving?
Oh, gosh. Some of those little things that we do, like in the test kitchen, there's one called Shot for Shot that you can sign up for. It teaches you how to make a cocktail, a signature cocktail, and then take pictures of it and post it on your social media. Little things like that that are kind of trendy, but you don't really think about until you get on the ship and like, "Oh, wow, there's some new things we're doing with Wellness Month, like a vitamin infusion opportunity for you." Like maybe you had a little
Mm.
too many cocktails on Scarlet Night, so the next day you need a little pick me up. But there's all kinds of, like, little hidden activities and fun things. Even sometimes you might get invited privately, secretly to behind the
We
scenes.
we did one time. We did one time.
Yeah,
So Valiant is officially our ship because the 4th of July cruise, somewhere in the bowels on the metal, we sharpied our names. So like,
there you go. I
uh,
love that we do these little surprise and delights that every sailing, you just don't know, what might happen. You could just get invited to something that's totally different. And the crew, it's not a sketchy kind of thing. It's all above
no,
board.
no, it was just
But
fun. I mean, it was my husband and our adult daughter, and several other people, and it was just a lot of fun. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was just kind of cool. We were all excited. Like, we don't
The
know where
thing
we're
that
going or what we're doing, but
let's go. That's right. We trust you. People love the grog walks. If you've done one of the grog walks, it's a lot of fun, and you don't have to drink alcohol. They'll serve you non-alcoholic
Mhm.
beverages if we stop by too, but there's always, like, a little theme to it. Oh, there's a new thing that we're doing on Brilliant Lady too. Did you see it was is Brews Clues? It's kinda like Blues Clues, but it's a
Okay.
mystery grog walk where you're taken to different bars on the ship, and you're solving a mystery as you go and have your cocktail.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I did the one where you got a pin. You had to go get everybody to stamp your book and go all the different places, and yeah,
yeah.
so that was kinda cool.
There's all kinds of fun little activities like that going on all the time. Yeah.
I can't remember, there was one of the happenings cast that was really hard to find, and I made friends with Elise, and she helped me track her down. She was like, "She's gonna be here tomorrow at this time. She's
Yeah.
usually late." And I was like, "Okay, I will be there, stalking, full
Yeah.
send.
That's
Imma get
awesome.
that pin."
Yeah. That's great.
Okay, what type of traveler do you think Virgin converts the fastest?
I think more of the all-inclusive traveler, someone
Mhm.
who's maybe kinda looked at cruises like, "No, I don't wanna do that," or maybe were burned by another cruise line, and they're like, "No, I'm just gonna stick to all-inclusive resorts." We do get cruise crossover, people who love cruising, and they come to us, and they're like, "Yeah, we love what you guys do too." They're just pretty open. But we get a lot of folks who kinda like, "No, cruise is not my thing," or a lot of men too, men are, like, kinda tough to convert sometimes. They're like, I don't wanna try anything new." When they get on that ship and they feel the vibe of no kids and they just see how much energy there is, there's a lot of men that are like, "This is how I wanna do it from now on. This is my jam," kinda thing. Yeah.
My husband's one of those. He was like, "I don't know." And now every time we do anything else, he always compares it back. He's like, "Well, this was nice and all, but I'd wear pants to dinner and I could have worn shorts if we were on Virgin." I'm like, "Well, yes, that's true."
When you said I had to wear pants to dinner, I was gonna say, "Please don't tell me he went to dinner
Long
without any pants."
long pants. Like, he wanted to wear his shorts, that I mean, they're still like dad jorts, but he wanted to wear his shorts to dinner, and the girl was really nice to him, and she was like, "You have to go." And he was like, "Well, they wouldn't have told me that at the wake."
They
So we
like
thought
they
that,
like to see my knees at the wake, that
right?
these are cute knees, you should show them off everywhere.
So he was all funny about that. He was like, "Well, I guess we have to remember when we're packing for other things now, we can't pack our virgin stuff because
That's
I gotta
funny.
have the long pants." Ah.
Love that.
Okay, what would you tell the people about why working with a travel advisor is especially helpful when you're booking Virgin Voyages?
Well, that's an excellent point. Just as I've kind of talked about earlier, we're different than other cruise lines, and so if you cruise with someone else or if you've never sailed with us before, even if you have sailed with us, travel advisors are always on top. We call them first mates because you're an awesome first mate guy. First mates are always on top of what's happening within our organization, and we're still new, so we're still changing some things, tweaking some things, adding some things. So these travel advisors, first mates, are going to know about those things, and they're going to give you some little inside tips and tricks and how to make the most of your experience. You're not going to pay any more. As a matter of fact, you're going to get better benefits from a travel advisor because oftentimes they're going to have maybe some more onboard credit or something like that that they can add. And just, Kat, we're kinda at a point in our evolution now that people have been saturated with influencers and people trying to sell people things, and it's come down now to people you can trust and people that
Yes.
you know's got your back, and that's really what we want our first mates to be, is that person who's gonna be honest with you about things and say, "Hey, here's what you need to know. Here's what you don't need to worry about," and that's really where first mates make a huge difference, I think, for our sailors, is they can just lay it out there clean and simple for people.
Yes, I always tell everybody, "I'll do as much as you want me to do or as little." Like, if you don't slow me down, I'll go in when it opens at midnight, I'll book your restaurants, I'll do
Yeah.
all the things, unless you tell me not to, you know?
Yeah. No,
And
I
or if you tell me, like, my bestie, because 'cause we're going on the Panama Canal, she was like, "Now, you know that first night, we're eating at Pink Agave, the 3 of us." And I was like, "Well, yeah." And she was like, "Okay, the rest of them, I don't care." And I was like,
well,
"Okay."
that first night, that sailing leaves on March 21st, and I know
Yes.
that because that's my birthday. So I want you to go to Pink Agave on March 21st, and I want you to send me a picture of everything you eat that night, and I will
Absolutely.
enjoy it for my birthday. I'll probably be here in Lincolnton, North Carolina on that day, but I wanna vicariously live my birthday through you on that day.
Well, and I like the vegan menu at Pink Agave, it's really good, so
Yeah.
we'll definitely eat all the things for you because my bestie's a big foodie, so I know she's gonna order everything.
Awesome. That'll be great. That'll be
And
great.
we'll do a cheers for your birthday.
Cheers.
Okay, I got some rapid fires for you. If you were
Okay.
choosing, are you a pajama party or a scarlet night guy?
I don't have to choose, do I? I mean, I'm
You
both. I
I
gotta be
mean,
both. Yeah.
So what kinda do you have special pajamas that you take on Virgin?
My
Okay.
red silky that has a little Virgin logo, but I got the long pants. They actually sell nice pajamas in the gift shop now that I actually have a set of too, so
Nice.
yeah.
Well, you know that agent cruise we went on that you were there, and I took my daughter, she's an adult, and we got Chick-fil-A pajamas because she loves Chick-fil-A, and I think we are in, like, 80 people's photos because all these people kept stopping us. They were like, "Are those Chick-fil-A pajamas?" One little girl was a manager for Chick-fil-A. She was like, "Can we do a picture together?" And I was like, "Sure, get on it."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Are you a balcony hammock or a daybed lounger?
I think I'm a hammock. I'm a balcony hammock. I love that quiet and privacy type area, but I don't dislike the day beds. The hammock, I think, is my preference.
How about a sea day or a port day? What's your fave?
Depends on the port. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I would like sea days, but I did that 13-day crossing in which we had 4 sea days
Mhm.
back to back, and I loved it.
Ooh,
You didn't have to wear your watch, you didn't have to worry about what time it was, you just know you're floating all day long, just lay in the sun, so sea days, don't sell sea days short, they're actually amazing, and then there's activities you can do or not do too,
mhm.
so I'm both. I'm team both.
You
Sorry.
both, okay. Champagne or mocktail?
Champagne. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
champagne, yeah.
You gotta pop that bottle. And what's one word that you love to describe Virgin Voyages?
Mm,
Tracy's word for virgin.
Tracy's word for virgin. Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing in every way. I mean, we're not perfect, let's be honest, not nobody's perfect,
nobody is.
but gosh, pretty darn close. I mean, 97.8% to me is, like, exactly what I would do, so I call it amazing.
So if someone was curious about Virgin Voyages, but they were also nervous, I was talking to somebody yesterday about it, what would you tell them?
You know, life is life is too short to let nervousness hold you back. There's been things that I've been nervous about in my past and I didn't do and then regretted later on. But there's very few things that I've ever been nervous about that I did do and regretted that I did them. As a matter of fact, I can't think of any one thing like that. So, you know, you're not promised the next minute, you're not promised the next day. Don't let a little nervousness keep you away from really experiencing something that could honestly change your life. You really could have an experience that could completely change your perspective on a lot of different things. And I have to say, many of my sailings with Virgin, I've left with friends I never thought I would have, people that in the past I might would have called a freak, like, oh my gosh, that person is a freak, are now some of my best friends because we just connected. We left all of the things at home that would divide us if we were in Walmart, but it came together on a cruise ship and became lifelong friends, which is just incredible. Yeah. So don't be
Agree with
shy.
that too.
Yeah.
And find some of those Facebook groups for the different cruises because we were on a sold out 4th of July cruise a couple years ago, and we're still friends with a bunch of those people from that group.
Yeah.
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 It was just so much fun.
On this last sailing, I met she's a travel advisor in Florida, and she was sailing with her partner. They've been together for 4 or 5 years, and we're coming from different backgrounds completely. We had a chat at dinner together with a large group, and I'm like, "Your energy is amazing," and she's like, "Your energy is amazing," and so afterwards, we got together with her spouse, and we just sat and talked for a while, and I'm like, "This is just so cool that most likely in normal life, our paths would not have crossed in any way." But here on this cruise ship, they did, and I'm just so glad I got to connect with someone like this. I mean, we're still talking to this day as friends. It's kinda cool.
So awesome.
Yeah.
I do. I love Virgin. It's my favorite cruise line. So I'm always a big fan when people are interested and have more questions. Now, have you ever gotten a tattoo on board or a piercing?
No, I'm just one of those people who don't I love that people do, it just never has appealed to me, and at this point in my
Mhm.
life, I'm like, I've kept it kind of, you know, original to this point. It's almost
Oh,
60
it's a
years.
clean slate. You don't have any ink?
No ink anywhere, and so I'm like, "I've made it this far, and I might be a little more unusual in a few years of being one of those few people who doesn't have any ink, but I'm okay with it. I think it's great."
Okay, now, so if I do ever run across Sir Captain Daddy, AKA Lord Richard Branson on the ship, and I curtsy, is he gonna be okay with that? Like, what's gonna happen?
Well, he'll look at you and say, "There's no need to do that. Please just shake my hand and what's your name?" But he's one of the most down to earth, really, he doesn't read his own press clippings. He's not one of these people who, he's just really a nice, genuine guy, and he would much rather give you a hug than ask you to do anything like a curtsy in front of
Mhm.
him. Yeah,
I know, but, he was knighted by the real queen, so,
that's true. He is
not the
Sir
current
Richard
one that
Burton.
we don't like, but,
Yeah. We call him we call him SRB for short if we need to. Oh, SRB, Sir Richard Branson, of course.
See? At my house, I refer to him as Sir Captain Daddy, so, I don't know.
I think he would like that too. He would go
And
for
my
that.
husband's like, "You can't do that if you meet him." And I'm like, "Well, it's probably gonna happen, so
Yeah,
if I get fired, that's how it went down."
yeah. He would probably promote you for that. That's fine. Yeah.
What else should everybody know as we wrap it up?
You know, like I kinda said before, taking a chance in life is actually an exhilarating thing, and being willing to just put yourself out there, being open to new experiences. And Kat, I gotta say, we've known each other for maybe a year and a half or 2 years or something like this at this point.
Yep.
When I first met you, you embodied really what Virgin is all about. You're one of those people who's just kind and caring to everyone. You have a great energy and personality about you. You're not afraid to be yourself and to express yourself in open ways. And you don't meet people who I don't think I've ever seen wouldn't never imagine you having any kind of conflict with anybody. That you're just one of those people who gets along with everyone. And I think you embody a lot of what Virgin is all about. So that's why, you know, when folks are working with you as a potential client, you give them the exact right impression as to what we're all about as a cruise line.
Well, I love Virgin Voyages. It's my ultimate favorite cruise line. We do occasionally get out on other ones when there's other trainings and other things. And I know that not every cruise line's right for everybody. Like
True.
my in-laws love a different one that steers to a much older crowd. And that's
Yeah.
okay. That's their jam. And we take
Yeah.
them there for holidays and things. But we love Virgin and we just always have a good time on it. And
Yeah, I've always said we might not be for everyone, but we may have something for everyone that they might enjoy. But it's completely, like you said, some people have a completely different idea about what they would enjoy in cruising, and that's perfectly fine. There's lots of variety out there.
yes. And we love the restaurants and just everything. So
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for chatting with me today. This was awesome. And I hope
Any
everybody will like and follow along on the podcast because it's been such a good time so far.
Anytime, Kat, I'm here for you. If there's anything you ever need me to do, I got your back completely. I just appreciate the support you've given us and just the way you represent the brand so well. So you're an amazing first mate. I think we should elevate you to maybe like a corporal or a captain or I don't know, some level above first
I
mate.
do have the fancy red hat that I wear as I board. So I'll be whipping it out because we're leaving out of San Juan on Valiant Lady. And less than a week or so, I guess,
Oh,
really. I mean,
nice,
I think
nice.
we leave on the 23rd or the 24th. I don't
Yep.
know. So it's all
So
kind of running together, but
I'm I'm gonna be watching your socials and having my own
right?
FOMO while you're sailing.
I'll board, as I'll say, listen, I've been promoted. I'm a corporal.
Corporal Cat, that goes well together.
Corporal Cat. See, well, do have to do corporal with a K to go with
Yeah,
cat with a K. So
yeah. Perfect.
have a wonderful day.
You too, my dear. Thanks again. Good talking to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great start to, working here with Virgin. I wanna be here until I retire in about 10 or 15 years, whatever that might be, but I get to work with amazing first mates like Cat.